Hola, bienvenidos. Hello and welcome to Structured Spanish with Erin. I'm a self-taught Spanish learner and I've created this channel to help streamline the process for those who are looking for a more structured way of learning Spanish. Now, you know how they say hindsight is 20/20? Well, I don't know about 2020, but I've looked back on my Spanish learning journey and I've come up with 4 things that I wish I knew when I started learning Spanish. All right, let's go. But quickly I want to say, stay tuned at the end of the video for info about my free mini course. Okay, here we go. Number 1, consistency is key. Don't take long breaks in between practicing or studying. This is a momentum killer. All your hard work up to that point will be diminished. And you don't want that because that means some of those words, phrases, and concepts that you've worked so hard to learn the first time, you have to relearn again. It is, however, necessary to take some short breaks sometimes to let your mind rest and recover for your next learning session. You will know when you've reached the point where you need to take a break because it looks a little something like this. You know when you can't keep your eyes open anymore? Yeah, that's a sign that you need to take a break. And that will happen. Number 2, start talking early on, even if it's just to yourself. But do try to start using small phrases with other people whenever possible. And overall, I think this is going to help you progress a lot faster. And it also helps to get your mouth and tongue used to making the sounds of the language, as well as getting used to hearing yourself speak it. Spanish words can feel a little bit like tongue twisters when you first start speaking. And this leads to my next point, which also has to do with communication, the listening kind. Number 3, you're not going to understand spoken Spanish overnight, at least from my experience. I would say as long as you're consistent, it is mostly a gradual progression. It took me about 1 year once I got really serious about learning to notice significant improvement. Now keep in mind there are different Spanish dialects depending on the region, and that's why I'm choosing to focus on Mexican style Spanish. I live in the United States, so it just makes sense, and it is one of the easiest and most universally understood dialects to learn. And I also think focusing on one region can help reduce the overwhelm and frustration that comes along with learning Spanish. Number 4, based on my experience, Duolingo alone was not going to make me fluent. I think it can be useful as a beginner tool, but for me, I realized that it was going to require more than that to be able to speak freely in Spanish and also understand spoken Spanish. So now about that free mini course. I've created a 7-day Mexican Spanish starter roadmap to get you started speaking Spanish. Completely free. Just click on the link in the description to get started. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I invite you to join my channel for more to come about learning Spanish on your own. Nos vemos!